Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Many of you know I'm a national speaker and trainer and coach, and I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it from the stage. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. You can find my other presentations on my website. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I really hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I've got a number of books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear, my latest book, Perfecting Your Platform, are both on Amazon and Audible for those of you who like to listen. My series, Encouragement for Your Life, is a compilation of these podcasts, and they're available on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, and all my books will appear. All right, so my theme for today is unusual, and it's short, but it's got a great message. And I wish I could pronounce it for you, but I can't, because it is probably the longest word in the human language. And if you'll stay with me, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'm Deb Sofield. Let's get started with today's show. Okay, so I actually cannot pronounce today's title, but I'm calling it Curiosity. And I want to tell you a quick story. By the way, I can't even say what the real headline is. I need you to go online and take a look. And my headline today is this amazing word that comes from the Maori tribe. I don't know about you, but when I see something new, I file it away for a rainy day to pull it out and review when I have some free time. I've been on the road speaking for a few weeks now at conferences and then a little bit of one-on-one private coaching with some presidents' corporations and things. But as I was unpacking this week, I pulled out a crumpled piece of paper that was stuck in the top of the suitcase. And it had this word on it, and the word you'll find on the website. And it was written with the notation that this is 85 letters long in the name. So, yes, Deb was curious about the word and where in the world it existed. And here's what I found. The word is often shortened to, I believe it's Tumata. The name, according to Wikipedia, translates roughly as the summit where Tumata, the man with big knees, the sighter, climber of mountains, the land swallower who travels about, plays his nose flute to his loved ones. It's a Maori name for a hill, 305 meters high, in the south of a place in New Zealand. It's gained fame for the fact it's the longest name found in any English-speaking country, and it's the second longest named place according to the Wise New Zealand Guide and reported in the New Zealand Herald. So now you know. I'm sure it would be a great word for Scrabble if I could ever remember how to spell it. And if I was given that many letters to play, it would pretty much take everything on the board. But more importantly, this bit of information took me out of my easy space and forced me to open a door to learn something new. Is it useful? Maybe, maybe not. But what it did, according to science, is that it upped my curiosity quotient. Because as Todd Kashdan says in his posting on his Experience Life blog, he says this: curiosity at its core is all about noticing and being drawn to things we find interesting. It's about recognizing and seizing the pleasures that novel experiences offer us and finding novelty and meaning even in experiences that are familiar. When we're curious, we see things differently. We use our powers of observation more fully. We sense what is happening in the present moment, taking note of what is, regardless of what it looked like before or what we might have expected it to be. We feel alive and engaged, more capable of embracing opportunities, making connections, and experiencing moments of insight and meaning, all of which provide the foundation for a rich, aware, and satisfying life experience. Have to admit, I completely agree that when I learn something new, I do find it a rewarding experience that adds a measure of depth to my life. Since it's a holiday weekend, I won't keep you long on today's post, but I would ask that you stop and consider how you can step away from the expected, the usual, boring encounters that you live daily, and seek out something different, novel, new, or unusual. Whether it's going to a new restaurant in a country you'd like to visit, or reading a book outside of your usual mystery thriller habit, or even attending an event that you normally would not. Trust me, it's not going to wreck your evening to attend a symphony, an art show, or fireworks by the lake. But what it will do is open a bit of space in your life that will allow for a new adventure to settle in and grow. See, what I want to put into your consciousness is the idea that if you stay in your lane for too many more miles, never veering from the path, you will miss some of the greatest attractions that are along the side and shaded roads of life. And you'll miss opportunities to stop off and explore the wonders of our world if you don't toss your map and change the course of your well-ordered, unchanging, monotonous life. I know that it's easy to stay in your favorite rocking chair way of life and watch the world go by. But trust me when I say, it really is more exhilarating to step outside your comfort zone and explore new, uncharted paths that will ever so slightly permit that sliver of space to open up and bloom. I could spend the next 100 pages giving you scientific studies to prove that your life would benefit from a curious mindset. However, I'll spare you the reading and ask you to consider the thought from David Suzuki. The human brain has a vast memory storage. It makes us curious and very creative. Those were the characteristics that gave us an advantage: curiosity, creativity, and memory. And that the brain did something very special. It invented an idea called the future. I love that line. It really resonates with me. See, curiosity gives those who are willing an advantage for success, because in a world that is full of hustle and fury, knowing that you can create your future of what you want out of life by using the gifts you already have. It is a tool that you are blessed to have in your toolbox. And now it's up to you to pick it up and figure out how to use it. Why? Because, friends, your future is calling. And the only way you will find it is if you are willing to walk slightly away from the well-worn path of sameness and allow your curiosity to guide you to a new adventure for your amazing life. Albert Einstein said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of a marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day. Never lose a holy curiosity." And I will add that a little curiosity will go a long way to finding the summit where the tamata, the man with the big knees, the slider, the climber of mountains, the land swallower who travels about, plays his nose flute for his loved one. Okay, so I know, an unusual one today, but I got to tell you, when I saw that in a magazine and I wrote it out, I'm like, I've got to figure out what this is. And like I said, my curiosity got the best of me. I heard a quote years ago that I just love. Someone said, "Curious people are seldom boring, and boring people are seldom curious." I have to say, I love that also because I find it true. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to do the same thing over and over and over. I want an opportunity to grow and see and be and do. Maybe that's what keeps me on the road so much. All right, my friends, I'm Deb Sofield. You've been listening to Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life. Hope you'll join me next week and we can continue this journey together as we work towards a better day. Hey, just remember, I don't care what the world says about you. I want you to know that I care about you. And I care about you because I believe you can do big things. And if you'll allow your curiosity to take hold, who knows where you'll end up. And here's the good news. I will walk alongside you as we follow that curious dream together. Take care, everybody, and I hope you'll join me next week. Thank you.